Okay. It's not ours. I figured it had for badge wise, it had to go to your department, so.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that, do we? Don't even need that. I have one, but I don't know why she would need that. So, all right. Any
Just brought it.
suggestions on who we
Well,
can get?
is it something that our guys can do or not?
Oh, no.
No.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
This, if it's done the way Butch had talked to me about having it done, or that Higgins said that they were going to do it, I think it'd be a thorough job.
Yeah. Higgins has done a
there's a
lot of work
place-
out there and does great work.
There's a place called Ducks. You ever heard of them? DCTZ, I think. That's what they do, clean ducts and clean coils and whatever.
They have vans that run around, I've
Yeah,
seen, yeah.
Maybe we'll call something like that, because that's what this main thing is. We have to get our coils cleaned, and it's the internal, not the external.
Where's this outfit from? Are they close by? Were they?
Well, there's actually reps, and I think somebody lives in Moscow. I see a
Oh.
van down in Moscow.
I see them, it's kind of colored, it's a white van with some,
Blue and orange, I think.
yeah, it's it's kind of
Well,
bright.
if we could get
If you
with
want,
somebody,
I'll look up I'll find the number and get it to you, or you want me to
we'll
just
get it
go
to
ahead
Butch, and
Okay.
Butch can get them in.
I'll arrange it for them to come in and give us a bid on it.
Yeah.
Go from there. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Mike, was that the actual, what's the reprogramming of
That's
I
not
feel
even
quite-
on here
I
as
know,
far
I
as
know.
I can see.
seemed like that's what you first thought?
No,
So-
we need to reprogram. Our biggest problem is our coils are
Dirty.
clogged up,
Okay,
so the airflow is not coming through.
okay.
That's the biggest problem.
That's the
We need to
biggest
get that done. But then there was some valve.
That's what I keep
Right,
kind of going
is it-
back to that, 'cause I
right.
didn't really understand that.
Is that part of it?
That's what I thought Higgins was
Is
gonna
that
do.
part of that price?
That's what I want to know, because I thought that's why we,
Because here it doesn't say that. This just basically says clean seven or air ducts in 7 units, replacing the bulb that's needed while they're up there.
I felt as if Higgins would have been the programming type guy.
It says a
He knew the
complete and
jail.
functioning system.
One cell fixture in the jail.
I didn't quite think that Higgins was a heating and cooling type guy. I thought they were, I mean, I'm sure they are as well, I guess, if they're bidding this, but because if that's a heating and cooling type problem, there's all kinds of heating and cooling people looking for that. I mean,
Yeah,
as far as
just
cleaning
cleaning
ducts,
wise.
yeah, I mean, that's not a, I thought it was like a specialized thing that
Oh,
he,
Higgins is an electric company. Okay.
Yeah,
that's why I thought that was.
He's good, he's done a lot of work here.
Well,
Well,
I know you say most of the HVAC guys can do that, but the last couple we've had in,
Didn't want to,
just cleaned the one set of coils and that was it.
oh,
And
well,
it got us by,
Mhm.
and we were in a
yeah,
dire straits at the
maybe it needs
time.
to be deeper. I was just assuming again that Higgins was the programmer of the
Well,
stuff.
that's
Why I
he
thought when we
probably
first
is.
contract. I thought
Didn't
that's
you
what
guys
we
say he
first
worked on that, or he programmed?
He's worked on the
it?
jail, he's worked on the Justice Center,
Okay.
he's worked here.
He's
Okay.
worked everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I don't know the guy, but I'd
Yeah.
like to get a competitive bid at least and just
Oh,
see
yeah.
what it's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
if it's close.
Yep.
Okay.
And I can't remember how
Maybe
he
a lot
got here
better
to start
than
with,
he
so
did.
wasn't anybody here that knew him.
Okay. So that was number 1 on my list actually anyway. The other one, I know we've talked about camera system, we're still looking into getting something. Actually we had a guy come up and hang a camera for a while and try it out. We're looking at about 4 or 5 different companies there to see what's the best. So I'm still in the process of that, we gotta do that, there's a definite safety risk there. We can get into that a little later.
Good question there, Mike. Is that gonna be additional cameras or just
No,
replace?
Replace.
Okay,
Replace the system that's there.
okay.
Now, we'd like to use some of the cameras that are there because some of the cameras are good, it's the actual system that's not.
Right.
So we've got some up-to-date cameras, but the system is just bad.
And it's just,
Yeah.
the system just.
It's old. It's old. You can't see it on it.
Mhm.
In fact, I was gonna bring up the computer and let you look at one of the things that we had. I figured I wasn't gonna have enough time today, but we'll get to that later on just so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Jim's in the hospital now, so milk and bread, I was hoping he was gonna be here, I was gonna ask him where we're at with that. So we can get to that some other time.
He talked to you, Matt, asked him, Matt, if he would help him with it.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay, well, as you know, Nellie was out, our
Yeah.
head cook was out our manager was out for a while.
She back at work?
Yeah, she came back to work, actually last week, I believe it was, so I was just basically gonna nudge him and say.
Jim's in the hospital in there? or-
According to John, Jim's in the hospital.
St. Charles.
Well, I don't know, where's he at? Said
St.
Kirkwood.
Joseph?
Okay, Betsy told me Kirkwood,
St. Joe?
but that isn't there anymore, is it, that Kirkwood?
No.
But they kept him and stuff, huh?
He said they were going to admit him last night.
Supposed to have a cardiac cath or something. Anyway, I brought you the bids on these scrap cars.
Oh,
It looks like all cars still the highest, 175, I think it was. Auto Parts was 125, Creech Auto was 100. We called Perlo and Wrecking Crew and didn't receive any bids on them, so. I'd like to get them out. I know we talked about this last month, and you said just go ahead, but I wanna make sure you saw those first.
and that's everything now.
That's those 3 junkers that we got sitting out back.
Uh-huh.
Get them out of there. Yeah, that one's a little hard to read. It's right-hand side, about a quarter of the way down. It
It's,
says it in there.
yeah, okay, one bid, 175
Yeah.
per car for scrap purposes. Okay.
So if it's all right with you, I'll go ahead and get call Ron and all car and tell him to.
Ron, he's up there on old 61.
Yes. No, thank you.
Yeah. 175 per car, 3 cars.
Now that's an old bid. I'll confirm that that's still good.
Scraps dropped a little bit, I was told.
Yeah, has it? Okay.
That's what I
Copper,
found out
I
yesterday.
know that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I have a question about the SROs. I understand that we got a couple of checks in for the SROs, and I'd asked you once before if that's gonna be amended onto the budget, and you said yes, it could be. What I'm wanting to know, and let's go to the second one first. The Fair Board. Talked to the Fair Board a couple times, I understand they came and talked to you,
Yeah,
and
and I basically said the same thing you said, there's not, you know, about our insurance
Right.
and the moonlighting and.
but it was like 3250 instead of 35 or
Well, I
whatever.
said you
There
could
was a
take-
little discrepancy, but that's fine.
That was because of the health insurance, I
Right.
said you could take that off,
Right,
because you're not, I mean, the health insurance we're paying no matter
no
what.
matter what, it's a flat rate.
Yes,
Okay.
so I don't know how he felt when he'd never been back.
Who's he, like?
Glenn Wagner.
Oh,
Yeah,
Glenn called me.
okay, he's at 3 then.
Uh-huh.
So, basically what I've told him is I will supply 2 officers, that's all I can afford this year. Any additional, now we're gonna request a minimum, we're gonna require a minimum of officers. I won't send just 2 out there. So anything above and beyond that 2, we will work with him to get that number, whatever it is, but we'll be at a $35 an hour charge to run them through the county payroll. That's their time and a half rate, which is dropped to $32.50 or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
So that we have liability coverage out there. That's my biggest concern more than anything, because it opens all of us up.
Right,
If we
right.
don't.
I didn't think, I mean, does everybody agree that health insurance is paid?
No, you're right, it's paid as it's a flat rate, so we don't pay extra for overtime.
Right, but the FICA and the workers'
Workers'
comp,
comp.
that
Mhm.
I left on. You know, but I had done it the way, Fenneman had asked me to do it. I think he's the one that had called me and asked for all that information. And so,
Yeah, well, it was $35 an hour, and then
Right.
if you drop that $250 off, then you're right, it's $32.50.
What have we did in the past?
In the past, we supplied officers, period. That's all there was to it. We had anywhere from 14 to 22 officers out there.
and didn't they pay
Depending
directly?
upon the night.
They paid a
They
flat rate,
paid,
didn't they?
well,
Correct, didn't they?
they paid for X amount, and that X amount changed with whatever night it was, only to stand at the beer gardens. They were employed by them to stand at the beer gardens.